What's up, Internet? Welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. In the last episode, we continued to knock out some of our precision and polyomino puzzles. I realized that we kind of dipped into this window before I realized that there was more to do here. We kind of explored this little underground area here beneath the platform. Oh, there's a level 4 one. We should get that one. Yeah, doing well. I mean, this game is very funny because it's very limited story, so I just gonna keep on puzzling, right? All right, let's get this one that's under there, shall we? Oh, there's a couple. Look, I can get a couple from afar. There's 2 4s and a 5. Let's try to. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well that is its own region. That's pretty definitive. And then that means that this can either go this way or this way. What's left, actually? 35. So, of those, 33 of them... Oh, okay, so those are probably their own region. Because then the remainder are 3s. So then that means this comes up. Okay, that means this comes out, this comes out, this comes out, this comes out, this comes out. And this doesn't go... That has to come down. This one has to come down. Cool. Good stuff. I'm interested in the fact that they didn't give the rule of every region has to be either a single square or a line, but maybe there's a reason why that couldn't do that. Alright, that's a 5. Let's go with this one. Hello. Okay, so I'm already seeing this shape. So this shape could do this, or it could do this, but I don't think it can do anything else. This shape would have to do that then, which it can't, right? Because it would intersect with that. Actually, hold on. It could go this way. Okay, how about this way? Can this make this shape at all? No, actually. That's interesting. Okay, so that's forced. So this, I think, has to do this. That means this doesn't come like this. Oh, that is the shape, right? It's either this or this. So we know it's this line. If this has to be a line, it should be at least those 2. This now has to do this? I think so. This now can't come out this way, so it has to come out like this. Here, we could do that. This is stairs, which are limited by that. This can come here, and now we can force this one and force this one. Good. Very good. Okay. It's very in the distance. Okay. Alright, I'm seeing the T shape. That feels like where we should start. Because I can't intersect then with what's going on around it. So it's either going to do... Well, there's going to be a line of 3 regardless in one direction. Now it's just about which way. It could do this. No, it could actually do that. Damn, okay, maybe that's not strong enough to start. Where is strong enough to start? Here. Yeah, I can't come up to here, because then I would need to break out into here, right? So this square couldn't be possible. So that's a border there. This now could come out to here or to here. Or I could do this. Maybe not as strong as I thought, but that is a border, so we'll take that. How about this guy? This could very easily just do that, or this. Or, not this way, but it could kind of bleed out to this way. Not the easiest puzzle for sure. There's not as many limiting factors here. This 3 come out to here or to here. It all but guarantees that one of these has to come up, right? One or both. Because if it was this one, this has to come... Well, actually, this could come out. I think the matrix of 2s here is gonna force... Like, I can't do this, obviously. So I'll have to leave an opening. So if I did something like this, I could have that be the T, right? But then, of course, here, that wouldn't work. I just don't know what the logic path is on this. Actually, that actually is... Is that forced? Yeah, I think it is. I wasn't even thinking about it that way. But yeah, that is forced, because if I have to put a 2 somewhere, I can't put it on either side of this. Okay, that's something for sure. So this 2 has to come either here or it comes to here. That still gives me 2 options. If it comes to here, this T does what? Can I make... Oh, well, now this T can't come out to here. It can't come up either. So it could line out like this, but then that's blocked out, so that's not possible. So let's do this. So can the top of the T-bar exist on this square? It can't come on an offset as if it's the like this or this square, right? Because then it would intersect every time with one of the 2s. So that's never going to happen. So now if it's the top line of the T-bar, it can't go that way. It can't go that... Oh, it can do that way. What was I trying to do before? Oh, no. It was the top line of the T-bar is the outside part. Can't do that. Can't do that. It could do that. Cannot do that. So this is one option. So I'm actually going to just draw them in. That's one option. Right? Out of all of those, that's the only one that it could do like that. Now, what if the top line of the T-bar is the centerpiece? So that's possible. Right? If I did the other way, that is also possible. Just trying to dictate this in a way that makes sense. And then can't come down, but can go up. Okay, so there's a little bit, there's a couple of options here. There's 4, in fact, which is not enough for me to make a call on this one, I think. Okay. How does this help me find a solution? So I could do this. This has way too many options. This has so many things I could do with this. Can I do this ever? Because that would mean this comes to here. Actually, no, that means I could, that is what I force by doing that. I could force that. No, that doesn't work. I don't think it coming this way is possible. So I'm going to put a border there. So now this could come either way this way, or it could come up and around. This feels the best, but I don't want to buy that. I guess another question, can this 3 line come out further? Can this 3 line not be a vertical line? Yes, easily, if it did that, right? But if I didn't... Wow, this is not easy. It's a level 5. I'm expecting the challenge. That's totally okay. I don't see it. I'm gonna leave it behind for now. Again, I don't want to get too stuck for a while. There's so many puzzles that it's not worth dying on on one puzzle for a while. Not until at least we get a little deeper in. All right, let's keep going on the precision route, shall we? All regions must have an exact area of 5. All right, well that's forest, that's forest, that's oh, I see what it's doing. Okay, so the regions now have to match inside of here. Okay. And then what do I have left? I have 45, which means I have 9 regions to make in here. So this could do this could do this. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, well, I can't do that side. This square can't be part of the line here. So it has to be one of the ends, which means I think it has to do that. Am I wrong about that? Okay, and if this has to take this region, this L shape cannot come down, or else it will have the same problem. It could... No, it can't do that. It can't take anything but that. Actually, in fact, I think it has to. It has to take that square and stop, because then that's its own region. And now this L can come up to here. Now here, can this do this? No, it can't because of that. That's fine if it did that. Yeah, I think it has to do this. Now here, this could be the top in that same orientation and have this group of 5 here. That would be okay. What would not work? Yeah, any intrusion onto that region wouldn't work. Now I can make this line of 4 here then, but I don't know which section. Oh no, I do. I can't even say that, because then if I put, let me just explain that. If I put the thing here, or not here, if I put it here, then I'd have another blocked in region. So that is a finished region. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5, and we're done. That was a good one. Another precision with a Gemini. Okay. So... interesting. What do we have here? We have 35. So we have 7 regions to make. And we have 2 pairs of regions. So... the issue here is I don't have a corner or anything to work off of. I have this, which I could very easily just replicate here, and basically here only, because if I tried to do this, obviously it would close it off. I wouldn't have a region of 5. If I did this, that's also possible. So the thing I'm seeing here is in the 2 side boxes here, I have only 1 exit, which means that I only can have... so there's going to be a region of 5 in here, and then some sort of... something like that. Doesn't have to be those shapes, but... see, like, that wouldn't work, because I couldn't match that on the other side. That I could. Oh, but interestingly, hold on, wait, because this is a box of 9. I need to have a shape of 5, and then a shape of 4 that bleeds out. Right? Because otherwise there's no way to make that work. And it can't be a box. So how do we make a shape of 4 in this thing work, where it has also an exit? And that would be the same on both sides. It could be the T shape. But then I can't make a plus here, so I can't do that. I feel like it is this shape. No, actually, I can't do that. Because if it comes out at least one... Actually, that's interesting. If it comes out to at least here, what am I seeing that I could make? I could make an arch. But I don't think I can make an arch in here with only the 4. I can't. So, I think it might be the staircase. Which means I need to do what? I need to do... How do I fit this shape? This has to come out. So what's the shape I can... Oh, I can make that. Can I do the least obtrusive version of this? There would work. But I have to flip it because that would then have to be on the Gemini. Okay, I feel good about that, actually. And now that's not actually forcing this to go up or down. So I'm going to keep it like that for now and then rotate over to this side, which I have to do the exact same thing. So this has to come out. This is... I have to put a border here. So this will have to be the border. And by that account, I think this has to be an L. So this shape is this. That's finalized like that. That's a border. This comes up. And that's forced. Done. Excellent. I like that one. That was good. There's a little hidden 5 there. 10. Oh, 12 more to become gilded. Okay. Let's keep going. I don't want to always just target the easy ones, but it feels like I should. 2 different shapes. 3 shapes in each. Okay. Regions of 10. What's stopping me from just doing... That's 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's all the borders. Okay, I see the borders. All right, so... Oh, boy. So if I make a third shape that does that, this shape has to come to here. If this shape roughly goes to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is perfect to get both sides of that border. This has to now come and take that. So 2, 3, 4, that's 10. That will absorb and now create that. That should be correct. 10, 10, 10. Yes. Okay, so it's a similar game then here. Let's go... This takes... If this takes this cell, it's probably going to take all of those. I need a different shape over on this side. And then if I'm following the same logic... This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get a different shape to here. Take that cell. Okay. And now 1, 2. So this is now a 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's done. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Uh-oh, what do I have wrong? Oh, okay, this... So the number is correct. I just have to now... I have to somehow absorb that cell. Can I get over there with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Damn it. Let's see. Let's try this again. Maybe reorient how we're thinking about it. So this has to be 1. This should be 1. This should probably take those bottoms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This isn't going to have it. This part isn't going to have enough reach to go here. So I think I have to fill this out like that. 2, 3, 4. That's 5 each. I can make one side of this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, everything else is going to be blocking it. I could do that, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take out 1. Oh, this is going to be on the other side. Damn. I don't want to reset the whole thing. I actually have to just reset this side. Because I feel good about this. I feel good about this, so we're going to hold on to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 10 now? Yes. That's now 6. That's 10, so that's completed. We'll call that complete for now. And then this comes over. Problem is now can I 1, 2, 3 yeah, it's too big. What's the layout here that allows for the borders to work? Oh, okay. I didn't realize you even had a check progress button. That's cool. Alright. Little mind break. That's done. Here has to do this, I think. This then has to do this. This could go actually down to there, right? Or it goes out. This T has to do this then. This one will do that. This could do a bunch of things. But if it doesn't turn into here, the shape has nowhere to go. Nice. Okay, like 8 more on this one. All right, we have another cluster. Let's see. These corner shapes actually can do a lot. This could come up to here to here. Actually, let's see what we did the last time. What's the total? So 35 is the total. What happens if I border this out? 28. Just at a... No, see, now here's the interesting thing. So look, if I didn't use any of the things in the center, if I did something like this, I then couldn't make the region. So I actually do need I do need the stuff in the center, but not all of it, because then it wouldn't work. So I think I need, what would it be? So if it's 35, I need 3 of those cells to be empty. The T shape is unfortunately a little bit of a tricky one. Well, I can't do that because that would force that side. Could do that. And I could do that. So actually that means... Oh, no, I can't do that. So I can't do that, or... I can't put one here, so that's a border. Which means that it has to be this? Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's a start. This could come up to here, but it would block that, or block that. So it can't do that. So it must do this. This now is forced to do that. This cannot come down, so it's got to do that. Same thing here. This could do a couple things. This one now... Actually, this one might have always been able to do this. Can't do that now. Can't do that. I just can't put one up here, so that forces that. And that makes that one. Yeah, great. And those 3 empty spaces as I predicted. Or I guess made an educated guess about. I didn't predict anything. I know that it was... I knew I had to do that. Okay. There's still 7 more puzzles in this area? Oh, there must be the ones below. Oh my goodness. They hide these really, really well. Wow, look, there's one. Can you see that? How in God's name? So hidden. 4631. Okay. Look at this 6 shape. Okay, so we need the 6 shape to look like this. This 1 is a line of 5. This 3 cannot exist as it currently is, but it's good to just see what how big these shapes actually are. So this 3 is big, actually. 3 might be the biggest shape here. If 3 goes like this... It's going to be the placement of where these are that is going to be the hardest part of this. So what part of this 3 can I make this work? I would say that, but that then intersects the 1. Can I go inward? No. Can I go outward? So this 1 could kind of do that. This 6 would then not have room. Yeah, this 3 is going to be a problem. So let's reset and try to find out... Oh, that looks good. That gives us plenty of room. So I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's just going to be do-si-doing this 4 and the 6. How many long? It's 5. That's not going to be enough room for the 6. But this 4 can kind of be anywhere. So let's see. Where can I possibly put this 6? I have to have what? A 3 by 5 area? Oh, got it. Cool. I like that one. Very, very, very clever. Yeah, so going back... Oh, we didn't gold this window. Gild this window? I want to gild windows before I move fully on. Unfortunately, I'm left with 4s, 5s, and 6s out here. All right. Oh, we did try this one. Maybe we try it again. I just want to keep seeing new mechanics, to be honest, though. My ADHD brain is just kind of like bing, 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 bing. When you show me a bunch of glowing, flashing lights, that's just what I want to do. Okay, here, you come up or the side. So we'll go to here. This comes up. And we know that these can't be the same region because it's only a region of 4. The borders are interesting here. This cannot do that. So whichever region... So I can't come up here because if I did, it would have to trap whatever this is around. So that's a border. That means this comes out to here. That means this is forced to here. Can't come up. So it has to come out. This comes up. Has to be different from this one. We know that. So this could come over. Could do this. Could do this. So that's forcing this one to come up to here and then out. That's forcing this one to come out. That's forcing this to come out to here and this to come out to at least there. This cannot do that, so it has to come out. This could come up to here, but this cell has to take at least 1 and 2, and then can't take this one because it would be the border problem. So this comes over here. Now, and yeah, now we're left with the same problem. This can't come down to here. This has to come to here and done. Good one. All right, this one we have apparently attempted, but let's try it again. 13, but I think there's only 2 regions. Yes, so this is a region, that's a region, and then we work from here. So, oh right, and they have to be the same shape. Okay. So this comes out to at least here. It just feels like that one should come out also. Maybe I should make some notes here. So if this is region 1, this is probably region 1, this is probably region 1. So now I have to make sure that I'm not blocking in this top region because it needs at least 13. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so maybe if I did... That is the one. 12. And then I'll figure out what the last one should look like. So if I'm trying to match the shape, I have a little L here, which would be this, right? So it's a... Oh my god. It's so hard to visualize this. 2. This kind of does a little staircase motion. This looks like it matches this. So if I did this, like the little block with the tab on the end, that matches this. Let's just put that in so I'm seeing it. Right, that matches so far. And now if I continued the region like I have it here and do another block with a tab on it, what does that mean? That means I have this. Is that the same shape? comes out to... Wait. Bottom row comes out to be... Oh, wrong one. So that's currently matching, but flipped. This comes out one. Up one. I can't go more vertically on this plane unless I want it to. This works. So it's basically an offset. That would mean I'm going to here, which I can't do. Well, unless I guess I have another part of the shape that could look like that. That is a matching shape now. So if I did... if I came up to here and caught that... then I need to do what? I need to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I would need to take those, but I could come up and do that. Yeah, the problem is that's not the same shape. Not even close. Okay, hold on. These have to be these have to be the same shape but different regions. This comes out. This comes out. This comes over. This comes over. I now cannot make a box. So where could I make a box? If this came out to here. Wow, hard. Okay, surprisingly hard for a difficulty 3. All right, I want to move on a little bit. I know I want to guild these windows, but there's a lot of puzzles to find. And I want to just keep learning more. Maybe I can learn more about how all the puzzles work. Shape bank, right, Mingle shapes. I want to make sure that they have different regions. This is very easy by comparison. This has to be a thing of 2. And that's got to be then a 1 regardless, right? Well, I guess unless I... Oh, this one has to be a 2 as well. Ah, this is interesting. Okay, hold on, wait. So, this is where I bring the notes back in. This shape has to be a 2. This shape has to be 2. This shape has to be a 2. Oh, sorry, no, that one doesn't... Oh, I'm seeing the wrong thing. Look, these are... That's throwing me off, but that's the background. So that has to be a 2. I don't have to actually... It's not touching anything else. But, while we're here with the notes, if this is a 2... that goes up. That means that's a 1, that means that's a 1. Which means that's a 2. Which means that has to be a 2. Yeah, that works. Oh, wait. It means that this comes up to here. That's forced. Those 2. This is a 2 that comes out. This is a 2 that comes over, and that's good. Good stuff. 1 or a 3. Okay. Well, this shape cannot make an L no matter which way it tries. So that's a forced start. Now this has to come and be different, right? Because we're in the Mingle shape territory. And I have to come up here because if I... Oh, no. I have a 1 shape. I could do that. So this has to come into at least here. But it has a border here, which means that that's a 1. Which means that's a 1. Which means this has to be now a 3. This cannot now be the 3, because if it was, it would be 2 of the same shape touching. That has to be a 1. This has to be a 3. That has to be a 1. Let's come back here. This has to now be a 3. I actually don't know if I have more about that. I could do that, surprisingly. Ooh. Okay. Are there issues with me coming down or up here? That would mean that's a 1, that's a 3. Or that's a 1. Oh, it is. Yeah, look. So if I put this down, that would mean this shape would have to be a 1, but it can't be because it would be touching another 1. So that would be 1. This now has to be a 3, and this has to be a 3. Which makes me think they should be connected, but maybe not. This could be connected like this, or this comes around, that's a 1. This comes around, that's a 3. That's another 1. That's for sure a 3. That's for sure a 3. This is for sure a 3. And then how many squares do we have left? 12? And it can't all be 3s. So actually, if we have 3 guaranteed 3s, that means I need 3 singles as well. So actually, that might prove my theory here, right? Oh, wait. I had one active. 13, which even more, I think, proves my theory, right? Because I need these 2 and those 2. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Ooh, this is a very easy one. Okay, well, yeah, this is a forced start because I can't put the L shape there. This now has to be an L. I think exactly like that. This now has to be a little L and big L. This has to be a little L. This has to be a little L. This has to be a little L. So it could do that. And in fact, it does, because then I have to have a big L come around it. This has to be a little L. This has to be a big L. Little L. This is a big L. Nice. A little line and a little L. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I was like, wait, where is the start? But this actually is part of the region. So now I need L's all around this region. So it could go a couple different ways. Like I can kind of border it out like that. But, and I saw why that's a problem, is every single one of these that touches it, I need an L, 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 can then also not touch each other. So if this could be in the same region, that's fine, but then these have to be 2 lines. Yeah, see, I can't do that, because if I did, I couldn't wrap it around. So actually that can't come down, right? That has to come out. If it came up at all, it would cause problems. So this has to come out to here. That means this L has to... Oh, that could do that. Actually, it has to, because it has to do what I just did, right? Because this also has to be a line. That has to be a line that comes up. Now that has to do this. This actually could do this. This has to be a line here. Could come down to here. But those have to be L's, so it actually does have to do this. This comes out to an L. This L is forced now. This has to be a line. That has to be an L. That has to be a line. And done. Aha! Ready to mingle! Okay. We're still going. All regions must be a dot or a T. Wow, it's just a square. Okay. Do I just have to start? What the fuck? What? I mean, I'm assuming I just start in a corner. It's got to be it's going to be rotationally symmetrical, so anything I try will be the same either way. So if I do any T, that means these 4 actually have to be like that, which means that this has to do this, which means these are now singles, which means that has to do that. That's a single, that's a single. Oh, problem. Okay, hold on. So I'm basically testing. Yeah, that doesn't work, right? Interesting. Okay, so that orientation doesn't work as a start. Let's try, is it the same thing? It must be, right? Then I gotta do that. Have to do that. Yeah, it doesn't work. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so then what that means is that there's a single in the corner, which means that, and I think I already see how this shape is gonna look. It's gonna look like this. Yeah, cool. I like how I can logically get to that. Ooh, there's one in the windmill. Hello. Neighboring shapes must have different... Oh my goodness. Okay, so this feels like a good start because there's already a natural border here. This cannot come this way. I can connect down though. But it has to take at least that cell, right? Because if it didn't, then it wouldn't have anywhere to go. Are there any ones that are directly next to each other? No, really. Yeah, see, the problem with these is that it could just do that. It could cross the bridge between all of those. So let's just continue to work off this one, shall we? So this could come up, or it could come to the side. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. So here is interesting. They don't all have to be the 3s and the 4 lines. I could have regions of 1 and 2. That's good to note. Let's see. Oh, here's another. Does this have to be the same region? Yes, it does. It does have to be. Why? Because if it wasn't, and I had to put a border here and come down, well, those are 2 regions mingling with each other, aren't they? So that's a 3 that's definitively there. Okay. I have a region. This now... Oh, we're going to be able to ask the same question for all of these, I think. Because if I didn't connect these... Yeah, if I came out horizontally with this, where does this square go? I can't connect those 2. So it can't do that, so it can't come out horizontally at all. So that means this has to come at least down to here. And it can't come to here because it would have the same problem I just explained. So that is actually forced to that. Here... Oh, I don't know. This square can't come out to here because now it can't come up. So it actually is forced to do that. This could come... no, it can't. Oh, man, this is tricky. So this is a region of 3. This region of 3 cannot come to this square. So that is at least bordered out as a separate region. Now, this could take to here, which is fine. this cannot take this without taking this square. So it's either all 3 here or it goes this way. This 4 has a border here. Could come out this way or it could come up. Can't come to here, so that would be a border if it goes that direction. That's seemingly fine. Or I could do this. Because then this one is restricted down here, but so it could come up to here. Do I then kill the chances of this ever happening? Yes. This whole configuration is impossible because if I did this, where does this red 4 region go? I'm touching that one. I can't come out any further. I can't go up and down. That's garbage. So this cannot do this, which means this cannot come up, which means it has to come to the side, which means this is forced to do this. This cannot then come out. It can come up, or it could do that. What forces this to not happen? This cell, actually. This can't come to here. As we just explained before, it can't come touch this leftward 3 region. So it would have to go up. That's not a problem, though. It could come up. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Any other discoveries from this? This 4 region now has a lot of free will. This 4 region, I mean, they could just be doing that. Oh, no, they can't do that. Because if they came out to here, then they would be touching. So actually, these have to be vertical, don't they? And it has to do that. Same thing here. Doesn't it have to be vertical? Yeah, it does. That's cool. Okay, so that's done. So these 3 regions get pulled out, which means these are extremely restricted now. This cannot go up. And it can't go to here. Can't go to there, so this has to be connected like that, which means those are separate regions. This now can't come up and can't go to the side, so it has to come to here. These are all regions. All right, we're getting somewhere. These 4 regions cannot come this way. This one, same thing, can't come this way. So it could come up. It would be able to come up, but then there's this 3. So now this comes out to here. This comes out to here. Those are the 4 ones done. These 3 come out to here. These 3 come out to here. This now can't turn, so it has to come up. 1, 2, 3. This 3 now has to be joined. Done. That was good. That was a really, really good one. All right, let's do a couple more. A 2 or a 3. Fair enough. And they can't mingle. Cool. So this is our start. This cannot be a 2. Why? Because if this was a 2, I would have to make this a 2 also. So there's here we go. So this has to be a 3. This also has to be a 3, but it could go either direction. This has to be a 2. This now has to be a 3 with the same problem. Let's come up here. 2. This has to be a 3, which could come here. Or it can come here. But it has to take at least those 2 cells. If I went this way with the 3, this could be a 2. That is correct. If I went this way with the 3, this would have to be a 2. This would have to be a 2. This would have to be a 2. I don't currently see any issues with any of that. Okay, so if this is a 3, this then cannot be a 3. This has to be a 2. This would have to be a 2. This would have to be a 2. This also has to be a 3. Am I crazy by thinking that's probably the most likely scenario? This would then be a 2. This would then be a 3. This is a 2. This has to be a 2, which means that comes out to here. That's a 2. Done. Kind of guessed that. I don't feel super bad about it, though. All right. 1, 3, and a box. So that's a 3 because it can't be a box. This now has to be a 1 because it can't be a 3. This then has to be a box somewhere in here. Yeah, this has to be the corner of a box. Whoa. That's now a 3. That's now a 1. That's a 3. Uh-oh. That has to be a... Uh-oh. Restart. 1. Oh, 1, 1. This cannot be a 1. Has to be a 3. This cannot be a... This cannot be a 3. Has to be a 1. This could be a 3 here, but then I couldn't put a 3 there, so it's not that. So it means I have to put a box here, which means I do have to extend to there and to here. But then that can't be a box. Oh, shit. Why is that not right? Is that not right? This can't be a 1 or a 3 now, so this has to be a box. This cannot be a 1 or a box. It has to be a 3 up to here. This... Oh, that's what I'm missing. Okay, that's what I messed up the last time. This could be a 1. Any one of these could be a 1. But it's probably this one. Because if I did that here, I'd have to have another 1 beneath it. So that's a 1, that's a 3. Okay, this now can't be a 3, has to be a 1. This is now a box. That's a 1. That's a 3. Can't be a 3, that's a 1. This is a box here. That's a 1. And then I have to fit 2 boxes in 3 like that. Very nice. I just want to keep solving. I think that we'll call it. I think I'm feeling like this is a good natural place to stop in a weird way. Is that an active puzzle? Oh, it is. Look at that hidden one over there. I'm going to get that one in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you just like this natural, very calming puzzle game. Yeah, give a like to the video, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.